The entire national media is saying something is wrong. He is holed up in Rehoboth. Something is not right. He hasn't spoken to the media. He hasn't sent out a video message. He hasn't addressed the country. As I said, they don't, not even a photo. They always send out a photo of the president if he's anywhere. A still photo, anywhere. Nothing now going on 7 days. And this is the exact moment that he has announced he's not running, that he's withdrawing from the race, which is a momentous decision. And within 24 hours, they have coronated Kamala Harris. She has gotten now nearly 2,000 delegates, a majority of the delegates. She is now the presumptive nominee. So there's, in effect, there has now been a coup. Biden has been effectively overthrown. They have now installed Kamala as the nominee, and they didn't get one vote. Not one person voted for her. Not one. And Biden is still somewhere in the basement, not seen, not heard. Jill Biden, not seen, not heard. So I want to play a little bit more. Notice there's hardly any back and forth between Kamala and Biden. It's just Biden talking, and even when the crowd is clapping or showing emotion, he just keeps talking right through it. And in particular, pay attention to his voice. That, to me, I'm telling you, he hasn't sounded this good in 15 years. Roll, cut, 3, Mike.
Julie, if I didn't have COVID, I'd be sitting there with you, standing there with you. I'm so proud of what you've all done. COVID has keep me out of people's hair for the next 3 or 4 days. But I'm going to be on the road. I'm not going anywhere. It's kept me away a little bit. But, I want people to remember that what we have done has been incredible. And we get so much more we're going to get done.
Did you notice? They're cheering. He just, like you didn't hear him. He just keeps on going. He just keeps on going. I want to read to you one email I got from Kevin, and I want to go right to the phone lines. 617-266-6868 is the number. You can also text us 70470, 70470. Jeff, I think it's pretty clear at this point for anyone with eyes to see that we are witnessing a coup within a coup involving both the sitting president and the candidate of the opposing party. And as for Biden's phone call into Kamala's campaign, that could have easily been done using an AI voice simulator. Biden sounded too good in comparison to how he sounded lately. Well, he's got COVID, allegedly, and I've never heard him sound this good in decades. In decades. I'm just stating the obvious. No, I'm sorry. If you're that vigorous, if you're sounding that good, that peppy, that energized and that enthused, you could do a 15-second video. You could do a Zoom call. There's many ways. You could address the country. I mean, there's a million ways to do this. They've kept him hidden, which begs the question, what are they hiding? 617-266-6868. Let me ask you this. What is going on with Joe Biden? Who is really now running our country? And to me, the ultimate question, and I can't believe I have to ask this, I never thought this would come out of my mouth. Have we just watched a coup? A political coup d'etat take place right here in America underneath our very noses. 617-266-6868. Lines are loaded. Ken and Shirley, thanks for holding, Ken, and welcome.
Thank you for taking my call, Jeff. You're familiar with John Sullivan in Just the News, No Noise?
Yes.
Well, last week, he had an hour-long program in which Dr. Peter McCullough was on for the full hour. And he made the point that, he's never examined Biden, but it's pretty obvious that he was suffering from probably dementia plus Parkinson's. And he said, don't be surprised if any time he has a stroke or a heart attack or some other medical issue which takes him right out. And another question I'm asking you, somebody carries the nuclear briefcase. There's a military officer that carries it. In fact, there are 6 of them because they have to carry it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and everything else. Nobody's heard from them. I should think they would be contacted. There has to be some way to get in contact with Biden.
That's a great point. Across the board, that's a great point. And look, when I was in Milwaukee, I met several members of Congress who sit on the Armed Services and the Intelligence Committee. And I spoke to them. And I said, look, I won't mention your name, I promise. This stays strictly, on anonymity, on background, as they say. But I said, look, God forbid we were to be attacked by Russia or North Korea. Say Iran gets the bomb and they launch a long-range missile into the United States, okay, or China or whatever. I said, what's the time frame for a president to make a decision and react? And every single one of them said, it's 6 minutes. I go, really? I thought it was more than that. He goes, no, you have 6. Your time frame is 6 minutes. So say North Korea or Iran launches a missile and it's heading straight, say, for New York City or Washington. You have 6 minutes. Let's say it's 3 o'clock in the morning. Wake the president up, and then he's got to make a decision. What do we do? What do we do? Do we strike it out of the air? Do we launch a nuclear counterattack? What do we do? You have 6 minutes. And that's where they were stressing to me over and over again. I know Peter Navarro yesterday was on, and he was saying, look, you don't want to make Kamala the president. Why would you do that? That would give her even more presidential legitimacy going into the campaign. And I understand from a political point of view where Navarro is coming from. But what these members of Congress were stressing to me was, do you know how dangerous and irresponsible this is? He can't take the 3 a.m. call. He goes, he can't. Now, people are going to say, well, someone else is running the country, but they don't have the authority. They don't have the codes. So, in other words, we're powerless. If someone wanted to launch a devastating nuclear strike on the United States because of this senile vegetable, this buffoon, in the White House, we would not be able to retaliate in time or respond effectively in time. That's why the Republicans are united in saying he's got to step down now. As J.D. Vance said yesterday, if he's not fit to campaign or to be the nominee, to be the candidate, then he's certainly not fit to be the president of the United States. So